Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gene's Reviews, movie reviews from a regular dude, where I do movie reviews, trailer reactions. I review or I react to videos I find here on YouTube, just whatever the hell I feel like doing. Today, what was suggested to me is to do some like urban legend stories from actually like places I've lived and stuff like that. So today, I'm going to read a little story about a place where I grew up in Logan Canyon, in Logan, Utah. In Logan Canyon, there was a place called St. Anne's Retreat, the Nunnery. Or I'm going to read some clippings about that story, about that place, and the legend that goes on there. And also, I'm going to show some video in the background. So, I hope you enjoy it. St. Anne's Retreat in Logan Canyon has been subject to several reports of both ghosts and demonic activity. The retreat was built in the early part of the last century by the Hatch family, who were local to the area. They started with a simple cabin before later adding a swimming pool and other cabins. Later, it became a summer camp until it passed into the hands of the Catholic Church, who used it as a summer retreat for nuns. The nuns only appear to have used the retreat for one summer, and later it was abandoned due to constant vandalism, before after 40 years the church sold it to a private developer. The land itself is actually owned by the Forest Service with a permit and annual fee part of the usage agreement. Here are some of the cases. Ghostly images of dead babies. One of the recurrent legends for St. Anne's involves the time period when the camp was used by the Catholic Church as a summer retreat for nuns. The story goes that the church used the camp as a place to send nuns who had broken vows and more specifically had gotten themselves pregnant. Many of these babies are said to have perished, and the ghosts of these children are said to be seen floating in the abandoned swimming pool. Demonic possession. In October 1997, a group of teens took a trip up to St. Anne's seeking some Halloween season thrills and got more than they bargained for when the watchmen guarding the camp subjected them to a terrifying ordeal. According to the teens, the men caught them trespassing near the empty swimming pool. They were armed with shotguns and knives and demanded that the teenagers freeze, even firing a shot over their heads. 19-year-old Kevin Thompson, who was with the group, told press that they threatened to slit our throats if we moved, and that one of the men singled out an Asian boy and told him that he'd killed Vietnamese people in Vietnam and wasn't afraid to do it again. The group were tied together via their necks and kept in the pool, the whole time being jabbed with guns. They were also told the wire used to tie them was detonation wire that would blow their heads off if they struggled. A gun was also fired very close to one of the teens' heads, with some of their friends thinking they had been shot dead. Around 3 hours later, deputies arrived from the Cache County Sheriff, though they were seemingly less than sympathetic. Later, one of the girls also alleged that a watchman fondled her whilst he was searching for weapons. The watchmen were hired by Mark Epstein, a San Francisco-based lawyer who owned an interest in the camp and several of its associated buildings. Later, the three men were charged with 6 felony counts of aggravated assault. The leader, John Jepson, with forcible sexual abuse. They made a plea agreement and Jepson pled guilty to 2 felony counts of aggravated assault, his son-in-law to 2 counts of attempted aggravated assault, and the third man the same. The alleged paranormal element of the story comes in relation to why 3 grown men seemingly lost the plot and held over a dozen teens for hours in such bizarre circumstances. Some have suggested that the men were in fact possessed by some demonic force, causing them to act in such a reckless way. Psychic possessed. On episode 9 during season 12 of Ghost Adventures, Zach Baggins and the team headed to St. Anne's to see for themselves what was urban legend and what might be true. During the show, the psychic brought along to help with the investigation appears to be possessed and lose control of her senses. The host, Zach, wonders if the same force could have affected the Watchmen on the night in October 1997 when they went out of control.